Hello, this is a demonstration of how to access the information and content for our module IL924 Design Thinking for Social Impact. We have actually put all of the information, videos, text, images, everything you need into a Miro board. So Miro is the world's most popular sophisticated, kind of super sophisticated collaborative whiteboard used heavily in the design consultancy industries. And it's a kind of whiteboard that allows us to build quite elaborate structures, but it's very easy to use, very easy to navigate. So we're going to be using the things that are on this board, and also at different points during the week and beyond, actually going into parts of the board, and together we will be doing activities on the board. So we've got it all in one place, and you can see, so we're seeing the whole board here zoomed out. So zooming in and out of the board is a really important thing to get used to with Miro. Okay, so yes, first of all, I should say that you don't need to have a Miro account to use this. We'll be providing a link that you can use to get to the board and use it using the Miro software or Miro in a web browser. It actually doesn't really seem to make much difference. It's very good in a web browser anyway. So you might want to install the application. There's probably some small efficiency gain in doing so. So we'll give you a link to this. You can get an account and give you the information on how to get a free account. So it's free to students for 2 years. There's just an application process and it takes a few days. Okay, so zoomed out view, and you can see that we've got the whole of the module mapped out. There's a preparation phase to do, some things to look at, and then 5 days from 15th of November. And then we've got 27 days until the deadline and the assessment deadline, and there's loads of information there. We haven't put all of the information on there yet, so still going to be adding some things over the next few days and potentially over the next few weeks. But there's plenty in there for you to be getting on with. And before we've got that kind of timeline structure, you can see at the top we've got board contents. So I'll just do some zooming in and out and moving around the board and show you how that works. So I'm using a laptop, a MacBook, with a trackpad, which I can use to zoom in and out of. You might be using a mouse and use the zoom wheel, or using the keyboard commands for zooming in and out, just like any other application. Just note, down the bottom right-hand corner here, if I hover my pointer over there, I can bring up a map which shows me where I am, what I'm looking at, and you'll see as I move around that changes. That can be useful as well. It also says the level of zoomness, so 5% there. There's a zoom control as well. I can zoom right out. You can see that the Miro board is really huge. We can fit a lot more on there. We may well need that space. I'll zoom back in again. Okay. So let's have a look at the contents. Now, everything on the Miro board, we can create a link, a direct link to it. So we can give you a link to, for example, Monday, 15th of November, and it will go straight to that part of the board. Let's do that now. So, and you can see it whizzes across there. And zooming even further, you'll see that under Monday Online Learning, here's the material to watch for Monday. And we've got some essentials and some bonus material. We've embedded some videos in there. So zoom in a little bit and we can play.
Hello and welcome to this Design Thinking for Social Impact session on mindset.
Okay, so that's actually just a YouTube video embedded into the board. We've got quite a lot of video content embedded into the board. Oh, just point out at the bottom of each of these frames, so these are called frames, by the way, so these boxes of content, they are frames. We've got a link there that returns you to the board contents. But you should get used to moving around the board, get a sense of the structure. It's pretty obvious how it's laid out, and use that quite effectively. So yep, we've got all of those frames there for us to work in. Just actually zoom into, so we've got some frames here, Team A, Team B, Team C, where group work is going to happen. So we'll actually collaboratively together at the same time be working in these frames, and you'll see each other's cursors and the things that you're doing in the frames. You might, for example, add, one of the most common things we'll do is adding sticky notes. When you add a sticky note, I should be more zoomed in actually. Okay, you can resize the note so it fits nicely in the frame, move it around, and if other people are doing this at the same time, you'll see theirs going on there as well. But you'll get used to that. Okay. There's also in places links out to web pages as well. So you can see there's a link. This content here we've also got on a website, so you can link to that and view it on a website. Okay, so let's just zoom out again, and yeah, so have a look and practice moving around the board. You'll notice that all of the content that's on there at the moment, it's locked. And that's because this is the content we all want to use. We don't want to be moving that stuff around by accident, so it's locked in place. Don't unlock it unless you're specifically told to. Okay, so to begin with, preparation phase. Let's zoom right in to some of these frames. Okay, so we have a preparation phase there with some stuff for you to have a look at, to read through there. And some of these contain little tasks to do. So how might design thinking, blah, blah, blah. What we want you to do is just zoom right into that box and post your responses as post-it notes into the box. Watch the videos and find out more. We've got an introduction to Miro there, and that links to videos and things where you can find out more. Miro is a very sophisticated piece of software. The basics are really easy. You can see down the left hand side here we've got the toolbar, the things that you can easily add to the board. Much of what we do will be about adding sticky notes, but Miro is really easy to use but incredibly sophisticated. So once you get into it, you can, pretty much everything you need to do as a design consultant is possible in here. We've got a frame there on design thinking, ethics and etiquette for you to complete and post a sticky note into there to confirm that you've done it. And some recommended resources to explore, including videos, some information about books, there's some articles you can have a look at and access. I should also mention that, so if we zoom into the recommended resources here, you can see there's some articles there. Now actually if you click on one of those articles, zoom right in so we can actually see it well, and click on the article, it's possible to read the article. Oh, slightly slow updating. Read the article actually without going outside of the Miro board. And one more thing, most of the frames that we've put on here have a panel for post questions here and post feedback here. That's for you to use to post any questions you've got about what's in that frame. So just drop a sticky note into there with your question on, and please do provide us with feedback as much as possible. Feedback's so important to design thinking, so tell us what you think of the content and the activities by dropping sticky notes into the green feedback section. Okay, thank you.